Hey everyone, welcome back to Kirsty Colouring Sketch. Oh, I'm so happy to be back doing these videos. As you know, when I took my break, I hadn't been doing much colouring, so I haven't actually filmed a finished pages video since, was it October's finished pages? I think might have been my last one, October, November. Pretty sure it was around that time. So the first couple of pages that I'm going to show you are ones that I did just before I took the break, and I didn't get a chance to show them on a completed pages video. So you might have seen these over on my Instagram, but I've never actually shown them on a finished pages video. This one isn't actually on Instagram either. I must have forgot to upload this one. So this might be a treat for you. I did do a little colouring chat with some of it, but I didn't finish the page. So this is from the Colouring Heaven calendar 2022, and I really need to colour more in this because it is beautiful. There's some beautiful artists in this. But the one that I did was the February page. So I actually coloured this in February, around Valentine's Day. So it was a pan pastel background with some Winsor and Newton gold ink. You can see sparkling there. I forgot what pencils I used on this one. Like I say, it was February. Or was it February when I did it? No, it wasn't February, was it? No, it wasn't. It wasn't February when I coloured this. It was before then. I really cannot remember what pencils I used. But I really love how the skin turned out on that. Actually, it's very sun-kissed. She's got this sort of tan line across her nose and cheeks under her eyes. Yeah, I love that one. I think you can still get hold of this on the Colouring Heaven website. I'm not sure. You have to have a look if you're interested, but there's some lovely illustrations. I think April, May is this gorgeous one. So I might do that in May, possibly. So that was that one. And then there was another page that I didn't get a chance to show in any completed pages videos, but this, I did do this on a video. I think it might have been a colouring chat or some sort of tutorial video or time lapse. I can't quite remember. Again, it's a long time ago. This is the Matsuda colouring book, and it was this one. So again, although I've shared this one, I've never actually put it into a completed pages video. This one was done completely with the Prima watercolours, and I so enjoyed this page. You have to be really careful with this paper because it did crinkle quite a lot. It does feel quite thin, this paper now, but I did reference it from his illustrations that are in the back of the books. So I printed this one off and then I copied the colours. So I absolutely loved how that turned out. Sorry. I think I'm going to have to pick another page from this book to do in May. Definitely. But this was my idea, to copy his references. So I could possibly do this one next month. That's really lovely, that frog. But my plan is to try and do them all like this, similar style with watercolours. They're just beautiful. So that was that one. I'm going to show my PDFs next. So this was a Mariola Budek page that I did. This background, if you want to see how to do that, if you head over onto Colour Me Stress Free's channel, she does actually show you how to do that. It's done with alcohol markers and then some alcohol blending solution. Can you hear all them emergency vehicles again? There's no escaping them, guys. So it was also completed for part of Colour Me Stress Free's hashtag over on Instagram. I have forgot the name of the hashtag. Oh my gosh, this seems like ages ago, but it wasn't. It was only March, wasn't it? So yeah, polychromos for the hair, pan pastel for the skin. If you want the colour combo for the hair, it is up on the channel. I do have a playlist called Hair Series, and it is under that playlist for the hair if you want to colour the same hair. I used a little diamond painting drill for her earring. Can you see that? I don't know if I can get it close enough to the camera. But yeah, it's a little diamond painting drill, what I just put on with some Mod Podge. They're really nice leftover ones you can use on colouring pages. Absolutely perfect. So that was that one. Next little PDF I did was this gorgeous page from the new release by Mr. Curtain Mirrors. How gorgeous is this book? Just absolutely beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. I've printed this on 180 GSM paper. I'll try and link it in the description. It's fabulous paper. I use it all the time. Goes through the printer perfectly. Again, this was a pan pastel background, and then I used a bit of gel pen, just dotted gel pen, and a bit of stickles dotted around. I used a lot of white paint pen on this one to do some outlining of the hair of a few little bits around, and the white paint pen that I used is this one that Colour Me Stress Free gave me very kindly. I'll also link them in the description if anyone's interested in those. So yeah, Polychromos pencils again, I do believe. I do need to start using a bigger variation of pencils on the channel, I think. I've sort of found my favourite pencils. They're the Polychromos, and you can tell because I think I've used them on every single page since I came back from my YouTube break, and I'm going to have to use something else, I think. But I really love this. I love it. There's a bit of stickles on the ice cream as well. Glitter gel pen. Oh, it's just fantastic, isn't it? I really want to do another page in May of that. So the next one, this was an experiment. This was an experiment, and how much fun. So this is an illustration by Little Pickle over on Instagram, and she's on YouTube as well. And she's done these little doodles herself. They're her own illustrations, and she very kindly put the link up so you could download her illustrations and join in with her hashtag for the month, which was hashtag a colourful copper. So I had to download this little elephant. So what I decided to do was paint a normal piece of my 180 GSM paper with acrylic paint. I allowed it to dry, and then I thought, I wonder if this will go through my printer. So I did attempt, and I did put it through the printer. Now it did get stuck the first time, and I had to sort of pull it out and try and put it through again, and it did go through the second time. But I wouldn't recommend it, guys. I wouldn't recommend it. You're either gonna break your printer, or the second problem that I had was when it had actually come out and it had printed it, because of the surface of the acrylic paint, the ink wasn't sticking to it. So I was smudging it quite a lot. So I did end up using my micron pens. The micron pens are really, really good. They're smudge proof. So I went round some of the parts with my micron pen. But yeah, I wouldn't recommend doing it. It was a good experiment. It turned out lovely. I love how it turned out. And instead of, because I'd already done the background, instead of colouring it then, I just put lots of details into it. So I did all this floral with my micron pen, and all these little white bits with the white paint pen. And then obviously I wrote on the hashtag at the bottom, and I stuck this little bow on the top. So it's super cute and a bit different. You can see on the back it's just the paper that I painted. Super cute, and thank you to Little Pickle for allowing us to download those free of charge to colour for a hashtag. Absolutely adorable, that one. Next up is one from Hannah Kelsen's Midnight Masquerade. So this one had been a whip for ages. When I took the break, this was the first colouring page that I coloured when I started to feel a bit better. Or before, no, I think it was before I took the break. I don't know, it was sometime in between when I wasn't feeling great anyway. And I really didn't like the colour I'd chosen for the frog, and I abandoned it. I abandoned it after that. So I decided, when I came back to YouTube after my break, I decided to do this page as my Happy Whip Weekend page to get it finished off. So I did, and I quite like it now. It's not too bad. I'm still not keen on the colour of the frog, it's a bit luminous. But other than that, I really like the background. The background was Arteza watercolour with some Winsor & Newton gold ink splashed on. This framework was a gel pen glittery gel pen. The white gel pen around the flowers. And yeah, I actually think I coloured this with the Black Widow pencils. So that might be why I didn't like the frog, because I'm not as familiar with what colours I'm picking up from the Black Widows than I am with my polys. So perhaps that's why I got the shade of green a bit wrong. But yeah, that was actually Black Widows that. But I love that ink. How nice is that Winsor & Newton gold ink? I recently saw the silver ink, which looks really pretty as well. I'm going to have to get myself that. But yeah, and the Curlson's Midnight Masquerade, that one was. Next up was one from Four Seasons by Colour. So I was sent this book for review, and this is the page that I coloured for the review, and it was this one. So I don't colour many sceneries on the channel. I prefer more portraits, floral, big floral stuff. But I did do this one and I enjoyed it so much. If you can hear children in the background, they are just running up the stairs, you might hear them. Yeah, I absolutely loved colouring this. So I based it in the Winsor & Newton Pro markers, alcohol markers, and then I went over it with the Colour pencils, and they were brilliant. You know, they was a bit inconsistent, the Colour pencils, I'd say. Some were laying down quite nice, similar sort of feel to the Arteza pencils, and some were really scratchy, so there was some inconsistencies in them, but they were quite nice. The colours were really coming up really nice, really vibrant, and I really love doing that. I put a tiny bit of white gel pen just along the windows to look like a reflection. But yeah, I really love it. I really recommend doing that. Putting a base down of alcohol markers, then pencil over the top, because your pencils just glide over the top of the alcohol markers then. But yeah, it's quite different for me doing a scenery sort of illustration. So let's just get it back to the start. It's lovely paper as well, this lovely thick paper. It's perfectly smooth paper as well. Brilliant for your alcohol markers, that one. Next up was a page I did in Draw a Lovely You. This book is stunning. This is a Korean colouring book that you can get on the Book Depository. Gorgeous, gorgeous paper. And it was this one that I did in this one. So I do always follow the reference picture on these. I think it's so much fun. It takes the weight off your mind of trying to pick colour palettes. And I love just copying. There's something about it that's so therapeutic to me, just trying to pick out similar colours and not having to think myself about what goes with what colour. And I really enjoyed it, and I really love how this light source looked as well. I really love how that came out, because that's something I really struggled to do, but this really helps. Having this helps because I can copy, and by copying you can learn, so that when you're doing your own colouring pages you can pick up these little tips that you've looked at. The only thing I really struggled with this was the background. I've always struggled with bokeh backgrounds, but it didn't turn out too bad. I don't really like this where I've left the marks of the pencil in it, because I am quite particular and a perfectionist. But that's what it looked like on this side. I don't know if you can see that they sort of left the pencil marks in, so that's what I tried to do, but it was really bugging me. It was really bugging me. Someone recently asked me for the colours that I'd used as well, which I inboxed over on Instagram. I screenshotted those. But yeah, I had so much fun doing that one. Had so much fun. The beautiful, beautiful pages in there. It's worth getting that one. The paper is absolutely stunning. So the next one that I did was in Anastasia Ella Caldereva's Marantine. So this one I did as a full colour along on the channel, a full colour along. So it did take me quite a while, and it was in 5 parts. 5 parts. And it was this one. So in the first part 1, I think we did the skin. Part 2, we did the claws, I think. Part 3 we did the hair, So if you want the combo for the hair, again, it's under that it's under my playlist on colour alongs. It's also on my playlist for hair series for the hair combo. And then we did a couple of parts for the rest, the backgrounds and everything, and the facial features. But I love how it came out. I love the colour of this. It was a Caput Mortem colour that I used for this dress, mixed with, oh, I forgot, you don't go back to my colour along, but Polychromos pencils. Again, all of it. The background was polys as well. Absolutely love it. A little bit of gel pen. You might be able to see just on some of these. The white paint pen, again, dotted up in little places. But I love that one. Absolutely love it. I've done loads of pages in this book now. It is one of my favourites. One of my favourites that I'm going to complete. Right, this one, guys, we're going to very quickly go like that and go like that again. If you watched my video, I think I titled it Worst Colouring Page Ever! Exclamation mark, because it is. It really is. So I'm going to very quickly open it, not explain much, shut it, and then I'll put the link in the description to go and watch the video and what happened, because it is hilarious. It's hilarious and devastating in equal measures, because I love this book and I totally ruined it. And when I say ruined it, worst page ever, yeah, go and watch that video. There we go, guys. There we go. Take a good look. Go and watch the video. That was my cute and creepy disaster page. It's linked in the description, guys. Next up, moving swiftly on to Mouse Guard, and this was another whip, and this was a whip that I actually forgot I had. So I did ages ago on the channel do a background, and it was how to do a sunset background, and I did it on this page, and then I totally put it in my cupboard with all the rest of my books, you know, where you push them in, and I totally forgot to colour the rest of the page. So I recently got it out and I finished it. I absolutely adore it. So I used the Derwent Inktense pencils for this one. They work really well in this book. It's really nice paper. And then I just put shading over the top of them with pencil again. So there is some gorgeous colours in the Inktense range. I think I used the Saddle Brown, the Burke, the Amber, the Mustard. I think he was the Neutral Grey. I remember because I did it quite recently. But yeah, absolutely gorgeous. And then I did this sort of border with gel pen. Just dots all the way around with gel pen. And then I used some stickles for around the mouse to make him look magical. So he's like, he's sparkling. You can hear weird noises. That's my 5-year-old child. But yeah. It's so cool, that one. I love this book. But you can't get hold of it now. I'm sorry for flashing it in your face, but unless you want to pay about £60, you can't really get hold of this book. I believe it's out of print. And there is some sellers selling it, but they're asking ridiculous prices. Like I say, £60 they want for this book. It's absolutely ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. Where was the other one I did in here? I think I've only done them 2 pages in here. That one, what I've showed you in that one. But that was Inktense as well. Worked really nice in this book. It's absolutely gorgeous. So I'm so lucky I've got that. I'm so glad I got it. Absolutely over the moon. So the last book I worked in this month and last month. Sorry, I do have to tell you, this is 2 months worth put together, because I only came back last month and I hadn't much to show. So I put 2 months worth together this month. So I've done 5 pages in this one. Fragile World, I have 5 pages to show you. So let's just kick this off with this one. How gorgeous is this? How gorgeous. I absolutely love it. So I did this one on the channel as well. I did it as a time lapse. So if you want to go back and watch how I did it, you can. It was nail colour 2s for this sort of pinky background. It was the salmon and the flesh, the two colours that I used there, and it just looks beautiful. Then I used the Derwent Inktense for all the coral, and then it was the watercolours I used for the fish. I think it was a mix. No, it was the Prima watercolours. It was the Prima watercolours I used for the fish. Then I used this paint pen again, this lovely paint pen, and I did all going round all this coral. And oh my days, it took me forever. I must be a glutton for punishment, guys, lately. Don't know what's got into me. Took absolutely forever, so much so that I had to cut some of it out when I did the video because it just too long, way too long, even with the time lapse. So yeah, and then stickles, because who doesn't love stickles? Look at that shine. It only gets it when you put it right under the lamp, but there's some on this one as well. This fish is full of glitter. We're not going to get the right angle on that one there. Look at that. But at first I titled the video colouring piranhas in Fragile World, and Debbie messaged me. She said, they're not piranhas. I said, are they not? I said, I'm sure it said piranhas in back at book. She went, no, there's such and such a thing. I said, how do you know that? She said, I watched too much David Attenborough. So yeah, then I had to change my title of the video then. But thank you, Debbie, for correcting me. So the next one was this gorgeous elephant. Again, this was a time lapse that I did on the channel. So this one was the Polychromos again, and some more Derwent Inktense because I've really been enjoying those Derwent Inktense pencils. So, the actual base of the elephant was a Prima watercolour. I forgot what the name of it is, but it was a Prima watercolour, the name of that one. So I'll just bring him up. So if you want to watch that time lapse, that is on the channel as well. I've done quite a few Kirby Pit. I just love this book. Fragile World is my absolute fave. So the next one was this one. This was a more recent one. I only finished this, was it yesterday or the day before? So again, this Rhino was based in the Derwent Inktense pencils, as was the little other animals and the leaves, and then I went over with pencil. These flowers feel absolutely amazing. Is anybody else tactile? Oh, that feels gorgeous. And it is because I did it with acrylic paints. So I got these dotting tools that you use for nail art off Amazon. Really cheap. Got those little bowls on the end. And I dipped it in my acrylic paints. And then I did the petals. I'll have to lift this up for you to see if you've not already seen it. Let me see if I can lift it up close enough without it going blurry. But can you see all the petals? So I did 5 pink petals and then a dot of the white in the middle. But I did that all over and it feels gorgeous. The background was all pencil background as well, and then I smoothed it out with where's it gone? The Caran d'Ache full blenders. These guys are amazing. They are absolutely amazing. You don't need to put much pressure on at all, and they smoosh everything together. That's the best word. But that background, it's so smooth. When I run my hand over it, it just feels so smooth. Because it's like a wax, isn't it, this? Is it like a wax? Someone will let me know. So the next one I did in this book was, of course, this one, which you might have seen from last month. So this is the Axolotls, the double page spread. I still love this page. Absolutely love it. The background was Prima watercolour. I think the trees were Prima watercolour. It was Polychromos again. And it was glitter gel pen for some of these. This was glitter gel pen, and all these little ones, if I lift it up you'll be able to see it shining. There we go. I love this. I love how it turned out. I was initially going to do the Axolotls different colours because there's different colour bonds, Then I thought, no, I'm going to go for all pink, and then they're sort of standing out against all this bluish browny background. I love it. I love it. I just love this book, guys. This is going to be one that I complete, hopefully. So you might have seen this one from last month as well. This was the Yale page. I started this around Debbie's house when we filmed together. So the background was an acrylic paint, polychromos again. See, I really need to broaden the horizons, don't I, with the pencils. And then this was the white paint pen again. How brilliant is that? I'm going to link it in the description, and you can go and grab yourself some. They're amazing because it just went down so easily, that, over the top. Brilliant. How effective is that? So cool. But look how white that paint pen is. It's brilliant. Cannot recommend that enough. And that's it, guys. That's it. So that was 2 months worth put together that I hadn't seen from when I had my little break. So I'm back with a vengeance now because my passion's just, I think it's just come back for it. So as long as I've got the time and I'm not too busy, I should be able to get these up monthly. But if not, if I miss 1 month, it'll just be 2 months worth put together again like this. But yeah, thank you so much for stopping by and watching. Do please click the thumbs up and comment down below, and subscribe if you're new to the channel, and I'll see you again soon. Thanks everyone. Bye.